Announcements. May 4th, 2020, students return to school. May 7th, 2020, board meeting work session, 6:30 p.m. at the FAB Conference Room A. We'll move on to board member comments, and I'll start with Mrs. Shorter.
All righty. I just want to continue to urge everyone to be safe, continue to practice social distancing, stay inside, keep up with your schoolwork. And we know that this is a difficult time. It's really a difficult time for everyone, but we can do this. We're Indians, so go Fairfield. Just continue to do your best. And we miss you, so can't wait until we can get back together.
Thank you, Mrs. Shorter. Mrs. Gundrum?
I don't think I could have said it any better than Mrs. Shorter did. I just want to thank everybody for the wonderful work they're doing and for the adaptability that they've shown so far through this. It is a tough time, but you know, there are a lot of people out there just rocking this. So just stay safe, everybody. Keep washing your hands and being smart and socially distant for now until we can all be back together.
Thank you, Mrs. Gundrum. Mrs. O'Neill?
Am I the only one that did like the happy dance when I saw May 4th, students return to school? That sounds really exciting as a parent who's not enjoying homeschooling. Does that, I know the governor today said that things would start to slowly open as of May 1st. Do we know, am I allowed to ask a question in board comments? Or am I not?
Yeah, so, you know, tentatively, I mean, officially, that is the date that we would return. Mm-hmm. We don't have any official information otherwise. However, just personally, I don't see us, I don't think it's likely that we will return on May 4th. You know, and reading some, I saw his comments and tweets, and so I spent some time kind of looking into some additional commentary about that, and I think the president this evening actually gave some guidance to individual states and said that it would be their decision. That was what he said earlier this evening. But one of the part of the guidance that the president was giving was that schools that are currently closed should remain closed. That was part of the guidance. That was part of that release. I've also, you know, Dr. Acton and Governor DeWine a few days ago, both of them mentioned the time 1 year. You know, things are going to be different for a year. They said that large gatherings would be the last thing to come back. So it's hard for me to think that they will bring us back to school in light of the fact that we have, you know, these large schools that, you know, some have over 2,000, a couple of them have 1,200, and then others are 800. Think about cafeterias. You know, there's a lot of speculation about maybe even this fall, you know, will we have to consider split sessions so that we don't have so many kids under one roof at one time? No one from the government or the health department has said that, but that's what some of us are wondering, because they have said that things will not return to normal for a long time. So we are planning, you know, right now we're planning for May 4th. We're planning for kids to return, and we're planning for in the event that they don't return. But also in the back of our minds, we're also thinking about the future, long term, what might this look like? So yeah, that's what I know today. So,
I know that changes kind of on a daily basis.
oh, for sure. It
Yeah.
changes on a
Because
daily.
that May 4th date, man, that made this mother very, very, very
Yeah,
happy.
I know. And that is where we are today officially.
Right.
Yeah, and that's why we put it on there, and because we have until we're told otherwise,
Right.
we have to plan for it. So.
Right. Right. So other than that, I just miss everybody, and I know everybody out there misses human connection just as much, and is eager to be back together. So I'll say my little prayers that May 4th happens, but I'm glad that you are preparing for all the options and alternatives. And that's it.
Thank you, Mrs. O'Neill. Mr. Begley?
Yeah, I would just echo all the sentiments shared, and to Billy's point and the concern, are we coming back May 4th or not? We don't know, but what we do know is that our students' educations needs to continue, right? And so continue to work hard and push forward. And we may gather again this year, we may not, but your education will need to continue forward. And just keep pushing on, and we'll get through this together, as we've said.
Thank you, Mr. Bagley. I also want to echo everyone's sentiments. It continues to amaze me how wonderful of a community that we have, with all the parent volunteers and community volunteers working together to get not only our school district through this crisis, but parents through this crisis and the rest of the community. And I'm just so grateful to be living in the Fairfield City, Fairfield Township area. It warms my heart to see all the interaction with staff coming and helping with the lunches, and seeing teachers go above and beyond with helping reach out to their students. And of course, the administrators going out, handing out lunches and things like that. So it's just fantastic. I do want to give a special shout out to Boy Scout Troop 902, who apparently was tuning in to our broadcast this evening as part of their continuous and community citizenship badge. I hope they learned a lot. I hope they stuck in for the close to 3-hour session we had tonight, but a lot of important things needed to be discussed. And it was great information, and hopefully they learned a little bit. So thank you all for joining tonight remotely. And thank you to the community for tuning in to watch how the Fairfield City School District is coping with this crisis, and how the board is able to still function even though we're not allowed to meet in person. So thank you for that. And so at this time, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
I heard Mr. Begley and Mrs. Shorter. Any comments or questions? Mrs. Lane, will you call the roll, please?
Mr. Begley,
Yes.
Mrs. Shorter,
Yes.
Mrs. O'Neill,
Yes.
Mrs. Gundrum,
Yes.
and Mr. Breen.
Yes. Motion passes. We adjourn at 9:19 p.m. Thank you all very much. Stay safe.
Stay safe.